guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to tie for you Mayfly with Wally wing, and the hook I'm going to use is size 12 dry fly hook, and the thread is going to be black uni thread. So I'm going to start behind the eye. I'm going to go halfway down the shank and then halfway up. That will give me a nice base for the wing, and I want to leave this tag for now. I'm going to use that later for the rib. The wing is going to be mallard feather, and I want to pinch the fibers on the top of the feather and then gently stroke the rest of the fibers towards the back of the feather. Now at this point you need to be gentle doing that, because if you pull too hard you can peel them off the stem and you won't be able to use this feather for the wing anymore. Now once the wing is tied on the hook, then that wing is way stronger than it actually looks. I want to fold them up like this a little bit. And I want that wing to be about the length of the hook. I want to make a few fairly loose wraps and check if everything sitting on the top of the shank. Make a few more. Then what I want to do is pull out some of those fibers just a little bit. Then I can make more wraps tighter as I go. Oh, so nice and secure. I can trim off the waist. I'll be careful not to trim the tag end. And I'm going to trim with an angle. That will give the nice taper to the body. And I'm going to go down to the bend of the hook. Okay, now for the tail, I'm going to use 3 pieces of deer hair. Other things can be used as well, like microfibets or whatever you like. Sometimes I even use this. This is a polar bear hair which I dyed. So whatever you like more. I'm going to tie that down on the top of the shank, make a few wraps, and what I like to do is make one wrap underneath, and that lifts the tail and split them apart. Now I can trim the waist. There we go. Now for the body, I'm going to use this cream color. It's a light cream color dubbing, and I want to make a nice thin noodle of dubbing. I don't want to overdress this fly, so keep in mind it's always easier to add more dubbing than peeling it off your thread if you put too much on. There we go. And I'm going to start forming the body. I'm gonna counter wrap this tag and make the rib for the fly. Cross the thread, make a few wraps. And I can trim the waist. Get in with a thumbnail and lift the wing. And now I'm going to bring the thread forward and make a nice base right in front of the wing. That will keep the wing in upward position. There we go. Make a taper towards the eye again, because you don't want to have a big bump right in front of your wing and then nothing behind the eye. You want to have transition for the hackle. And there we go. Now for the hackle I'm going to use natural color grizzly, and I'm going to trim off a few fibers of the bottom close to the stem, and that gives the thread something to hang on. Make a few wraps in front and a few wraps behind the wing, and then bring the thread forward again. Yeah, I'm going to stop right here. What I like to do is make a couple wraps right behind the wing, and then bring the hackle forward and make another 3 wraps. It's plenty. Cross the thread, secure that in place, bring everything back, make a few more wraps and form a little head here. There we go. Now I can see I have one stubborn fiber, but that's no big deal. Good old tweezers, and it's gone. Now I can whip finish. Make sure that everything is nice and tight. Trim off the thread. I can pull off this feather. Okay, now the funny part is to split this wing. So what you want to do is grab a few fibers on one side and gently pull, then a few fibers from the other side, gently pull again, and what's left, well, I don't know if you can see, you get exposed stem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in with the scissors and trim that off. And then you have those 2 fibers sticking up. So just trim them close to the wing. Now as you can see, this is strong. You can pull on it as much as you want. It's way stronger than it actually is when you first start making the wing. Drop of head cement. Here we have nice Wally wing Mayfly. I hope you liked my video. Thank you for watching, and feel welcome to subscribe and tight lines.